Everyone, this is Roshan and welcome to AdvanceCS. So this is the third episode of Java Basic with Basic to Advanced CS classes. So in this episode we will learn about the OOPS concept, and first we'll cover about the classes and the objects. So let's move on the workspace. So before I have created some of the notes for classes, objects. So we'll learn detailed about all these things today, and this is one of the major part of the OOPS. OOPS is nothing but object-oriented programming. So advanced Java is a class-based and is a object-oriented programming language. So first is class. So class is a user-defined blueprint or prototype from which objects are created. So as we have studied in our first class that a few little things about the classes, so here we'll elaborate it and we'll go more on this. So as earlier I have given the example of shopping mall, so just take the same example now also. So so we'll see according to this definitions, a class is a user defined blueprint or prototype from which objects are created. So class is nothing in the real world entity, it's just a concept, and from that concept we can create a number of objects. An object is a real world entity. So here the object definition is, it is a basic unit of object oriented programming and represents the real life entities. So now let's talk about the syntax of the class, how we can write. So a class can be first written with the access modifier. So we can give public as a access modifier. So we have several access modifiers, like we have default one, we have public, we have private, and we have protected. We have protected. So default is nothing but if you don't give any access modifiers, then it should be treated as the default one. So this is the syntax of writing any class. First we need to give uh, modifiers. Then we need to give the keyword is a reserved keyword of the in the Java virtual machine. So that is a class, and we need to give the class name, and we need to give the scope of the class, that is inside the curly braces we need to write. So if you want to write a class with the default access modifier, on access modifiers I will create a separate video which actually details about this access modifier. So you can click on the I button here, so that you can go and watch the detail about access modifier. So just for a brief, I can tell you access modifier, it gives you the power to access any of the classes, enter the packages, enter the class, and intra packages or intra classes you can use. Okay, so uh, so just just again, the class is nothing, class is just a concept. So is nothing in the real world. In order to implement a class, we need to create an object of it. Just take an example of a shopping mall. So shopping mall is actually a concept. Some people has given, okay, we need to have a shopping mall in our society, so that people can go and buy everything of their day-to-day needs in a single place. Like if you want to buy some groceries, if you want to buy some clothes, then some cosmetics and all, so you no need to go so many places. You just go at a one place and you can buy everything, and that's it. So this is just a concept. You never seen a shopping mall name as a shopping mall. So the shopping mall name can be anything like Big Bazaar, that D-Mart, that Reliance Trend, anything. So these are actually the shopping mall is a concept. Some people has given, okay, this type of mall should be there in a central of the city or in the central of the town, and people go and buy these things. And afterwards, when we have created the shopping mall with some name like Big Bazaar, we have created, we have made Dmart, we have made Reliance Trend. So ac- these are actually the shopping malls which actually exist in the real world. So here we can see, we can tell, okay, shopping mall is the concept, and that concept has lot of properties, uh, actions, and lot of states we have. So we need to create a different shopping malls with different name, with different properties, with different actions, with this concept. But the shopping mall which is being created is treated as a single object of this class concept. So now let's move on the object. So object, as we have learned earlier also, in order to implement this shopping mall concept, we need to create a object, means we need to construct the real world entities based on this idea. Okay, so I have given already this example. So if you want to create any shopping mall, you need to create with the object, and these are Big Bazaar, DMart, Reliance Trend has been created on the top of this concept. Okay, so now we just see what are the what an object consists of. So objects has state, behavior, and identity. State is nothing but is represents by attribute of an object. It also reflects the properties of an object, like uh, shopping mall we have, then it will definitely a name like Big Bazaar, Dmart, Trend. It is definitely a registration number, it is definitely a location. So these three, first we'll take these three examples and we'll move on. And now behavior means what it will do. It will sell the things, it will sell groceries, it will sell the cosmetics, it will sell the day-to-day need things. Okay, so now identity. So every object has their identity, means with this class I have created three objects, and these three objects has their own identity. Like this is the class shopping mall, and from this I have created Big Bazaar, DMart, and Reliance Trend. So these are the identity of it. Okay, so just let's move on the class actual code, and we'll see how it works. So I have already created a package here inside the src folder, where we have com example java oops. Inside that we have a class AdvanceCS. So this AdvanceCS will treat as our main class because it will hold our main method. So we'll write public static void main, and it will take some argument, that is a string args. And here args you can give anything. It does not require that you need to explicitly need to write args. It doesn't require, so you can write anything. So this is the main method from where your this AdvanceCS class will run. So now here we'll create another class, class shopping mall. Okay, so I have created a class shopping mall. Now we have learned the syntax of it. So based on the syntax we'll see how we have created. So I didn't given any access modifier, means it will take the default one. Okay, so it has the modifier as default one. So you can give public as well, uh, you can give public as well, you can give private, you can give protected, anything. So what are the scenarios, in which scenario you need to give these specifiers, we will learn in the access modifier class. So just for now we can see this. So here I have created a class. So it has some properties, like it will be have some name and which will of a string type name. Then it will be have some registration number that will take the integer only, integer reg number. Then we'll take the location will also take a string, so location will take. Okay, so these are the properties we have given. So if any object will create from this class, we'll have these things like name, registration number and location will have. Now move on to the methods. So you can give any method, like first you need to give the return type. For this, for now I will give the return type as a void, means we are not returning anything inside this method. So here void will give display first. We'll just create a simple object from a class and we'll see whether it is working or not. So here I have created a method. This is the syntax of the method. First you need to give the return type, then name of the method, then parenthesis, after that the curly braces. That is actually the scope of this method. So now let's move on. So here I will just print system dot out dot println display is called. So display is called, we have given here. I don't, yeah, so just create an object of it. So we have a class named shopping mall, and it has some properties like their name, registration number, location. It has a one method we have, that is display, which is actually displays a simple message that display is called. So come and we'll create an object from this shopping mall. So first the syntax is like that. First you need to give the name of the class, then you need to give identity to the object. So I am giving big bazaar I'm giving. Now here new shopping mall, and here one new thing is came. So after new is the keyword that will actually construct a object. After that you can see shopping mall and have the parenthesis. This is actually a method. So what it is actually, it is actually called the constructor. So in the class we have default constructor already. If you will define it or not, it will be taking the default constructor in order to create an object. So I'm just giving explicitly here what will happen. Constructor you need to create with the name of the class only. So here you can see constructor has been created shopping mall, and it is showing that it has been uses at the two places. Let's see where. The first one is here, and yeah, this is the only place it is being used. So we'll not going to write this default constructor. When we'll see, in order to assign the value, that we need to see. So first see whether it is working or not. So I have created an object big bazaar from the shopping mall class. So just call this method inside the shopping mall. So this is the object, and you need to use the dot operator in order to access anything from the class. So here so let me just run it. So here you'll see this holds this AdvanceCS holds the main method. So we need to run this class in order to create an object from this shopping mall. So display is called. So how flow is happening here? So let me explain you. So first our program, the process enters here and it has first entered inside this main method. Then what it went and create a object of shopping mall with identity as a big bazaar with the help of this default constructor. Okay, default constructor is always used to create the object of any class. Okay, so this has been created. So this is the default constructor that class is already have. Now we will we will what we'll do, we'll create a constructor explicitly and we'll assign the values of these name, registration number and location here. So just create shopping mall and keep method now here. Okay, so now what we'll do, we'll give name as big bazaar, then terminate the statement, then move on to registration number as it is holds an integer data type, we'll give 1 2 3. Now let's move on to location. So location is again a string value. So you need to give, always remember in Java we have a two data types. One is character, which only takes a single value, and that will single value, and for that you need to give single quote. And for a string which holds multiple values, you need to give double quote. See, if I will give a single quote and if I will write anything like Patna, Bihar or HYD TS, it is showing error. Why? Because this single quote we have given, and single quote in Java always expect a character in that, but we are giving the string and arrays are lies inside the non-primitive data types. So again, primitive and non-primitives are two type of data uh, collections we have. So later we can see that. You can click on the I video and you can see the video related to this. So okay, so for a string we need to give double quote, and here I'm looking writing the address is Hyderabad, Telangana state. Okay, just short for now we are giving. So here it is, now the value we have given as a null, so it will show one user. So here we have users, it is two users, one this one and another is the constructor. So we have assigned the value, so we can display it. Actually display is called, so we'll give the name and it is plus name, then give some space in between so that it will look better. Then we need to give registration number, give here registration, give some space. Now again concatenate the registration number, here again give some space. Now give the location and here we need to give location. Okay, now it's fine. Now if we'll run, I'm making it a float so that we can see a better results here. So this is the output window. Here you can see the full program. Okay, so this is the output window actually. So I will run now this method again in order to get the new updated value. So here you can see it is so here if you'll see, name is Big Bazaar, registration number 123, location is Hyderabad location. Okay, so we got the value. So this is the default constructor. So if we assign the value at the time of creation, so in every, if we'll create, so what is the drawback in for this for this type of constructor if we'll initialize, if we want to initialize the value. So drawback is that if we'll create any number of object from it, every time it will take this hard coded value only. But we need to write our program in such a generic way, so that whatever the values we want to provide, it will take and it will just assign here. Okay, so if I want to create a another shopping mall like DMart, so on this condition also it will give the Big Bazaar only. So what we need to do, actually we need to use the parameterized constructor. Now what is a parameterized constructor? So here now we'll see. So we'll see constructor. So the constructor, it is defined by the programmer and pass some argument in it. Okay, so what is parameterized constructor? Such constructor in which we are passing the argument actually. So just see here. So we'll create another object, shopping mall, and it should be of DMart and new and shopping mall. So here now we'll assign the values, or we'll give the name as DMart as an argument, then we'll give registration number as 345, then we'll give the location as Mumbai. Okay, so it will show error here, because why? We have never defined a parameterized constructor here, but we have used here. So what we'll do, we'll just comment for this for a while, and we'll create a parameterized constructor with the value string as the parameter. It will accept here as the name, then int type with reg number, then again string with location. Okay, so now we have. So now what we'll do, when this object will be created, then the control will pass here, because it has the constructor with an argument, and here we have defined the parameterized constructor. Okay, so for this, will whatever object we are creating, when it will create DMart, it will refer to the DMart object, and it will assign the values whatever it bring from here. Okay, so just run it. So run this. So name DMart, registration number 345, location is Mumbai, name is Reliance Trend, registration 56, and location is Pune. Okay, so That's it. So today we have learned, just for summarize, today we have learned what is a class, then what is an object, then how we can create a object from a class, and we have seen the default constructor and the parameterized as well. And we have learned a little about this has a more functionality in Java, but we have just seen here about the this refers to the current variable of the object, current instance variable. So we have seen that one, and we have also seen a little on access modifier as well. So here we have we didn't define anything, means we are talking with the default one. So okay, that's it on this video. So we'll learn in the next video we'll learn the another concept of oops. So for now, signing off. Thank you. Just share this video and subscribe. Thank you.